Hello, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Christina Fogel. My goal this year was to share some of my recipes that are make-ahead dishes that not only are made maybe one day, but sometimes several days in advance to take the stress and worry out of holiday menus. The one I'm going to make today is a very old-fashioned recipe, and it's rich and decadent, so I don't make it very often. But when I do make it, I know it's a special occasion. So today I'm going to share with you my recipe for Ambrosia or Fluff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by chopping some nuts, and I like pecans, but you can use whatever kind of nuts you like, or if you don't like nuts, just go ahead and leave them out. And if someone doesn't like nuts but you do and you're serving at a family gathering, sometimes I'll just put them in a separate bowl and you can kind of just sprinkle them on the top if you want. I create kind of a topping bar and people can sprinkle on the nuts, coconut, cherries as they wish. And you don't have to have exactly a cup. I am using a cup because I like lots of them. But if you just want a couple, that's perfectly fine too. It really, the ratio, the amount does not matter for how many nuts or how much coconut you put in it. And then I'm going to go ahead and toast my pecans. I also have a cup of coconut. I'm going to toast that too. And the oven is set to 350 and I'm going to toast it for about 5 minutes, and then I will take it out and stir it a little bit and finish toasting it for another 5 minutes. This took about 10 to 15 minutes for me, and I really keep a close eye on the coconut because once it starts to turn, it turns really fast and it becomes this nice golden brown. I'm going to leave the coconut and the pecans cooling on the stove. I don't want to add them to the rest of my ingredients because that'll start melting everything. So they're going to cool on the stove, and I'm going to go ahead and mix in my cream cheese. And it's been sitting out for a while, so it's nice and soft at room temperature. Get all that good cream cheese off of there. And to the cream cheese, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip, which is funny. I don't usually like Miracle Whip. I'm more of a mayo girl. But I have realized over the years there are a few things. I have 2 recipes that it works better to use Miracle Whip in, and this is one of them. It adds like a little tangy flavor. It's a hint of it. And someone once explained to me that it helps it stick together better, and maybe it does. It seems to work well in this recipe though. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix these together. Alright, so that is nice and smooth. And I'm going to just clean it up a little bit here and put this off to the side. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have a 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits, and I'm just going to let this strain. I want to keep the juice, so I'll put this to the side and let it sit for a little bit. The tidbits are nice because it's all ready to go. If you don't have tidbits, you can always use the larger chunks and then just chop them. And then I also have these really pretty purple grapes. These are so nice. And I'm just going to chop these, into 4 or even smaller pieces if you like smaller pieces. It's really however you prefer, your kind of fruit. If you want big pieces of it, chop them in big. If you want little pieces, make them smaller. There's no right or wrong to this recipe. And then I want to chop about 2 cups of grapes. I measured out a ½ cup of the reserved pineapple juice, and I'm adding that to the cream cheese mixture. I just mix this on low because otherwise it splashes everywhere and makes quite a mess. And I'm going to mix this until it's nice and smooth. It doesn't take very long. Alright. So now I have 2 of these 8-ounce containers of Cool Whip, and I'm just going to fold these in. They're nice and thawed out. I used to use homemade whipped cream, but this works great. And then I'm just going to kind of fold that in to that cream cheese and pineapple juice goodness. Man, I love this stuff. And now it's just a matter of tossing everything together. So I've got that Cool Whip, working that in real slowly, just folding it in. I'm going to toss in the drained pineapple tidbits. And I'm going to go ahead and add those beautiful purple grapes. I think all my recipes feed a crowd. That's what happens when you have a large family. This can be easily cut in half, so you don't have to make quite this much. But leftovers are awesome. I love leftovers. Oh, and I have 2 cups of marshmallows, mini marshmallows, and I love the colored ones because they're pretty. I don't think the flavor is really any different, honestly. Maybe there's a little difference in it, but they're just so pretty for the holidays. I think I needed a bigger bowl. I'm gonna toss this together. At least start, and then I have to put in the coconut yet too, and the pecans. Alright, I've almost got all of that in, so I'm gonna go ahead and I am gonna add all of my coconut, and it's nice and room temperature now. And I'm gonna add some of these pecans, but I don't think honestly that I'm gonna put all of them in. I put in about a cup of pecans. I think I'm gonna put about half of this in. So about a half cup of pecans. And you can adjust this to however you like. You want a little bit more pecans, you know, go ahead and toss them all in. This recipe is called Ambrosia or Fluff salad or even 24-hour salad, which is what we grew up calling it. The nice thing about this recipe, I guess that's why they call it 24-hour salad, is because it is made the day ahead, so all those flavors kind of blend together and it stiffens up, and once refrigerated overnight is perfect the next day. Aren't those marshmallows pretty? They always seem so festive to me. In fact, you know, I live in a busy area. There's a lot of people, so even though there's a lot of stores, sometimes they sell out of certain things. So at this time of the year, it's kind of the beginning of the holidays, I will go out and buy colored marshmallows just to have on hand because that's one of those things that disappears rather fast. And that's all there is to it, so I'm going to go ahead and actually put it in my serving bowl so it's ready to go tomorrow. And I'm going to have more than can fit in here, but that's okay. And it'll stiffen up as it refrigerates, so it won't be this liquidy. No, I'm wrong. I think I can get it all in there. That bowl's a little bit deceiving. Some people put cherries in this too, and that's also a really good idea if you like cherries. I'll just put them on top though. They're so pretty on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover it with a little bit of saran wrap. And then I will refrigerate this and it'll be ready tomorrow. And cream cheese, you can taste that, it's so good in here. It's like fruity cheesecake. It's really good. I love that toasted coconut. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try this recipe and it makes your holidays a little bit less stressful and a lot more fun time to be with friends and family. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you if you try it. Let me know. And don't forget to click to subscribe and hit that like button. The recipe's on the website. There's a link down below. It's ChristinaFold.com.